The church gays are a pillar to the DL culture. So I was watching an episode of Dear Gay Black Men on YouTube where a gay nudist and a gay church elder sat down to talk about church. Now, the nudist said pretty much what everybody feels. He left church because of contradictions and rejections, yada, yada, yada. But the church elder now, he says that he still clapped and amen and shouted when the preacher was condemning gay people. And his reasoning was he knows how the back end of church works. And for him, church is for community, essentially not for conviction. And I think that's a great mirror of how most people see church. A lot of people stay in religious spaces that reject them because they belong. And for them, that belonging does not always require acceptance. Now, I think that's another angle to the DL conversation, especially when we look at those who have community by being the tolerated villager. As long as they have like a version of themselves, luxury shoes, designer suits, complicit and undefined, not being fully a part is much safer than living a completely honest life. The church gays, as I like to call them, have found a way to be tolerated, and for them, that is enough. Now, let's be real about something here. The church gays are a pillar to the DL culture because they are the space, the safety, and the visibility for men who want community without the confrontation of full truth. And that is the church brand, to be honest. Just like Walmart says they're for the family and they're full of low prices, what we actually get is long lines, viral fights, and senior greeters who check receipts. The same can be applied to church, because while they say come as you are and leave change, what you get is the vibe doesn't match the message, the community don't match the claims they make, and the people consequently don't trust the space. This is largely why men don't go to church. There was a Barna study that found that 61% of men who stopped attending church said it was because they felt disconnected from the message and or the community. Most men say they don't attend church because it's emotionally driven and appeals to women. Church has become for most people about performance over purpose. It's more about fitting in than the transformation that they promise, and that really turns people away, ironically. In a previous video, I'm asking, why don't straight, gay, and bi men build community together? And I think this is one of those reasons. Like, how can you shout amen while the sermon shouts you to hell? What are we really building here? Deception. Not all churches, I know. Now here's the twist to that whole episode. The church elder now attends an affirming church, and he says that is where he found his full self. Now that honesty is great and revealing, but before that he was clearly one of those people adding to the confusion. Why am I so animated? We all might look at that as a personal journey. People's personal beliefs do have public consequences. In this case, it adds to the perception of straight men to gay men. It also lends to how faith gets misunderstood as performance, and ultimately how Christ the teacher gets replaced with Christ the mascot. Now this is what I'm overthinking out loud about today. So tell me your thoughts. Do you think there's any harm in being gay or bi while supporting and affirming traditional church culture? Drop your thoughts in the comments below.